Happy weekend from Fextralife. If you've been too busy to keep up on the latest in the games we cover, or are looking for a refresher, we've got your back. Let's take a look at the comings and goings across the Fextralife Wiki Network.
Moving like a soldier.
This week marked the release of The Ring City, the final expansion for From Software's Dark Souls 3 on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. The DLC marks the end of an age and lets fans experience a brand new setting for the final time. To mark the release, naturally, we have a ton of helpful resources. Check out the following wiki links to get you started. Spoilers will obviously be contained within. Visit the Ring City page for an overview of everything that's new in the game. Check out the locations for a complete walkthrough of both new areas included. Then give the Ring City weapons, Ring City armor, and Ring City spells pages a look to see all the new toys that you're going to get to play with. And finally, check out the Undead Match page to find all the new arena maps that have released with the newest update. Furthermore, be sure to check out our YouTube channel with a video guide on how to defeat each of the new bosses, as well as a guide on how to solve the DLC's big secret. Click that one at your own risk. This is a big moment for devoted fans of the series, as many have been invested in it for nearly 6 years, across 3 games and several expansions. It's all a bit bittersweet. We're looking forward to playing the Ring City for weeks to come, and we can't wait to see what From Software has in store for us next. Praise the sun. Check out our review on the blog for what we thought about the final swan song for this beloved franchise. Here's a hint, we loved it. BioWare has released the next limited time Apex mission for Mass Effect Andromeda's multiplayer. It's available from now until Monday the 3rd on every platform. Players can join the elite Apex forces and take part in the next of several ongoing story-based missions that will feature new playable characters, weapons, and items. This mission, Something's Gone Berserk, takes place on the fire-based derelict map, and a fierce new enemy, the Exalted Krogan Behemoth, enters the fight. You can squad up with your friends or send your strike team out to earn those lucrative mission funds to spend on new weapons and armor, such as this week's thermal clip storage and the Juggernaut shield, available for a limited time. Mass Effect Andromeda is quite the massive game. Be sure to check out our wiki for everything you need to get through. Square Enix has released a pair of updates for Final Fantasy XV that fixes a number of in-game bugs, but more importantly, makes some promised changes to the structure of Chapter 13, which many players felt was a frustrating experience. Cognizant of player feedback, they've gone back to the drawing board and made some revisions to the chapter. Some of the changes in the update were also geared to the Episode Gladiolus DLC that released for players this week, a short chapter that explores some of the great sword-swinging characters' backstory. Prompto's Time to Shine is next, with the next episodic DLC, followed by one for Ignis, and then the Comrades 4-person multiplayer expansion. After several teasers, at long last, Activision and Bungie have revealed Destiny 2 to the masses. The game will release September 8th for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Yes, that's right, it's coming to PC. There will be a summertime beta for pre-orders and other players to get into, and PS4 players will receive timed exclusive content first. The announcement coincided with a new reveal trailer that gives us a look at what the game's story is going to be. Humanity's last safe city has fallen to an overwhelming invasion force led by Gaul, the imposing commander of the brutal Red Legion. He has stripped the city's guardians of their power, hence progression not carrying over, and forced the survivors to flee. They'll travel to mysterious unexplored worlds, discover an arsenal of weapons and new abilities. To defeat the Legion and confront them, you must reunite humanity's scattered heroes and fight back to reclaim home. The game's familiar 3 classes, Hunter, Titan, and Warlock, are all returning. There are also several editions of the game that will be available for players at launch. You can check out all of their different details on our blog. May 18th is going to be our first look at gameplay from the sequel, which should be for a very exciting reveal. Keep checking back with us for much more. Ska Studios' 2D action RPG, Salt and Sanctuary, released this week for the PlayStation Vita. The game released early last year on the PS4 and came out a few months later on PC. A port to the Vita has always been in the plans, and developer Sickhead Games were the studio who oversaw getting the game onto the handheld, with the 2-person team at Ska providing more minor support. True to their word, the game is cross-buy, so if you already own it on PS4, you can download it for free on your Vita. Once you do, you'll be able to experience his love letter to the Soul series on the move. There has been a vocal demand from devoted Vita owners who have been hoping for this game, and it's finally literally in our hands. One of the critiques of the Vita is that it lacks good software support, but that definitely can't be said anymore. Have you dusted off your Vita? Be sure to give the Salt and Sanctuary wiki a visit for everything you need. We've got all of the game's weapons, skills, locations, maps, bosses, and more filled out and with some great detailed strategies. Sony and Guerrilla Games have released a new patch for PS4 exclusive Horizon Zero Dawn that adds 3D audio support for audiophiles and makes some fixes to an already polished experience. Guerrilla has been very proactive with the post-launch support of the game, and the game has been the most successful PS4 exclusive launch, which is impressive given the first-party lineup of the console. Are you making your way through the massive open world game? We have quite the massive trophy guide put together for you, so be sure to give it a visit. If you're enjoying yourself with Divinity Original Sin 2's PC Early Access, there's more good news. Larian Studios has released a new patch for the Early Access Edition that not only makes fixes and changes, but adds some new features. The big new addition is the fleshing out of the polymorph and summoning schools of sorcery and the make war mechanic. The summoning school uses incarnates and totems to make life a living hell for opponents. Both incarnates and totems take on powers based on the surface they are summoned on, and they can be buffed as well. Every ability point in the summoning combat ability will increase your summon's vitality, damage, magic armor, and physical armor. Polymorphs are inspired by nature, and their magic takes some of the best and worst aspects of other creatures and puts them to combat use. For example, you can grow wings and fly over surfaces, and then chain that with the flight skill for longer distance flight. The polymorph combat ability gives players one free attribute point to your avatar for every ability point invested. The new Make War mechanic allows you to turn your former friends into enemies. When you select this option, you'll become enemies with ex-party members and will enter turn-based combat whenever you approach. Whoever flees or dies loses. If you don't want to fight them, but want to be sneaky, the option allows you to prevent them from seeing your quest journal. Divinity Original Sin 2 is scheduled to release sometime later this year. Keep checking back with us for much more. And that's a wrap for the Weekend Wikis. We're looking forward to another great week of gaming fun. Don't forget to check out our VIP program for some exclusive supporter benefits, and budding writers should take advantage of our Become an Author initiative. Thanks for a great week, and as always, keep checking in with us for news, reviews, YouTube streams and videos, and general wiki goodness. Follow us on social media for all the latest and greatest. The more followers we get, the larger the army of the Fexes grows.